cannonballs are running through your head. And television freak show cops and robbers everywhere. Subway makes me nervous, people pushing me too far. I got to break away, so take my hand out, 'cause I want to live like cannonball killer.
Hello, and welcome to the premiere edition of Hills Hype.
Hills Hype is HTV's brand new show. It's all about Wayne Hills.
It's jam-packed with student news, athletic reports, and the thoughts and opinions of Wayne Hills students.
It is a product of the hard work of the Television Production 3 classes.
We hope you enjoy our look at the Hills.
So just sit back, relax, as you enter the hype.
The Hills Hype.
Scatman's World.
Life's about living, laughing, loving. Drugs, baby, baby, they ain't about nothing. It's not here to die. Drugs, they ain't about nothing.
I dreamed of only becoming the best. Drugs will certainly not allow you to be the best that you can be. There are no drugs on my planet. Drugs kill dreams.
Welcome back to Hills Hype.
Our next segment is all about fashion.
As I go through the hallways of Wayne Hills, I'm amazed to see how many students totally don't have any style.
Yeah, Val, I agree. Luckily, Wayne Hills Mission Makeover is out roaming the hallways looking for students desperately in need of a makeover.
Wait a second. Brendan, you look a little different lately.
Well, Val, just watch this edition of HTV's Mission Makeover.
I'm Tima, and welcome to Mission Makeover. Today we're going to be looking for a few contestants that are really desperate for a new look. Let's see if we can find someone. How about that? Nah. Oh, look at these two here. You guys look like you need some help here. You guys want a makeover? How's it sound? Yeah? Alright, let's go!
I'm Jim Shatner, and this is Jimmy. Animals like Jimmy are often left behind by people fleeing hurricanes, fires, floods, and earthquakes These abandoned animals cannot survive on their own. If you must evacuate your home, please never leave an animal behind. If you absolutely cannot take your animal with you, never leave him helplessly chained or caged. Many animals die because they cannot escape fires or rising waters. Animals need your help. Thank you.
This is your brain. This is heroin. This is what happens to your brain after snorting heroin. This is what your body goes through. It's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. And your friends, and your money, and your job, and your self-respect, and your future. Any questions?
Thanks for staying with us.
Up next on Hills Hype is a story shot on location in one of the busiest locations on campus.
The cafeteria?
No, Val, I'm talking about the parking lot, or as some call it, the Wayne Hill Speedway.
It's amazing how many nice cars and really interesting ones are out there in that lot.
Please enjoy Hills Hype Spotlight on the Wayne Hills parking lot, live from the lot.
Isn't it strange that the man standing in front of me doesn't have a clue why he's waiting or what he's waiting for? Maybe it's me, but I'm sick of wasting energy. Maybe if I looked in my heart, I could find a back door. Back door. I see you and I dragging your feet. You have my sympathy. But say you were born, you were so free. That is your
realize who you are as a person, you know, who you are as a child of God, and that your potential is just so much greater than any chemical substance. You know, drugs, they destroy people, they destroy lives, they destroy families. You know, I'm soon to be a mother, you know, and these are things I think about. Please stay positive and stay away from the drugs because, you know, there's no place positive you can get with that route.
Welcome back.
Hey Val, do you remember when you were a freshman getting shoved in lockers and everyone picking on you?
No, not really, Brennan, but the life of a freshman is sure different than that of a senior.
The freshmen eat in the crowded bunches.
And the seniors get to go wherever they want to.
Freshmen have to take the buses.
And seniors drive to school.
Well, we could go on and on. Let's take a look at Hills Hype last segment of this edition. Student Spotlight, a day in the life of a freshman and a senior.
If you ever control, just let go whenever
see tomorrow. Too broke to beg or borrow. Young and stupid, left wide open. Hearts are wasted, lives are broken. One more point of contention. I need some intervention. Approach with big intentions. Betray my short attention. Spend the distance. Bridge the border. Beg forgiveness. Round the corner. Every time I look for you, the sun goes down. And I stumble when this whole thing runs aground. I left another message you are never around. But every time I look for you, the sun goes down once more. Will the last one out, please shut the door. No time apart will give you a few more months to argue. Is this too much to live through? It always seems too far to drive the point home. And more letters. Pray tomorrow.
Well, all good things must come to an end.
We hope you've enjoyed the first edition of HTB's Hills Hype.
Tune in next month as we take a look at Spirit Week, the talent show, and more stories about Wien Hills students and student life.
We leave you with the HTV Patriot Calendar.
Thanks for tuning in, and see you next month on The Hype, the Hills Hype.
Get ready to bounce.
Superstars and cannonballs are running through your head, and television freak show cops and rappers everywhere. Subway makes me nervous, people pushing me too far. I got to break away, so take my hand out, 'cause I want to live.
Hi, welcome to this month's edition of Hills Hype. I'm Adam.
And I'm Zanine. On this month's show, we'll be showing what has been going on with Spirit Week,
Talking about our very own Hills survivor,
displaying the Halloween spirit in Wayne Hills,
and concluding our segment with a tribute to all those who were affected by the September 11th attack.
All these stories and more when we come back from a short break.
Santa baby, slip the sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, an outer space convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be oh so good if you check off my Christmas list. Be-doo-be-doo, Santa honey, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. I've been an angel all year, Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight.
Welcome back. Our first segment will be taking a look at the best week of the year.
And what would that be, Adam?
Spirit Week, duh.
Okay, let's take a look at our first segment, the Spirit Week Wrap-Up.
Hello, I'm reporting for Spirit Week 2001. Take a look at what happened this year during Spirit Week, the week of October 29th to November 2nd.
bend it over backwards to relate. It's one thing to complain, but when you're driving me insane, well then I think it's time that we took a break. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. Instead of going under. Instead of going under. I can't sit back and wonder why it took so long for this to die. 'Cause I hate it when you fake it. You can't hide it, you might as well replace it. So believe me, it's not easy. It seems that something's telling me I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. Instead of going under. Instead of going under again. Instead of going under. Instead of going under again. Instead of going under again.
Hi, I'm David Gasper, Student Council President of Wayne Hills, and I'm here with the Spirit Week wrap-up. Spirit Week was a big success this year. Almost all the students participated, and we raised a lot of money for charity. We raised over $3,200 in the Penny War, and we collected over 7,000 food items in the Thanksgiving food drive. Even though the seniors won, all the students had a great time, and it was a great experience.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you go on. Far across the distance, and the spaces between us.
Wayne Hills High School has received a great deal of new technology this year. From smartboards to zip drives, these new high-tech gadgets help students learn and teachers teach in numerous subject areas. They are being put to use in classes such as TV production, Spanish, English, math, and computer science.
I like using the computers. They're helpful. They make the work a lot easier. We have to do a lot less typing. We could just copy and paste stuff. It's good stuff.
Hi, this is Eric Reeser reporting from the computer lab. Mrs. Mezzi, how do you feel technology advances your class?
Well, it's helping the students today they're going online to find houses in Spanish-speaking countries, and then they're going to pretend that they're purchasing them and explain the features of the house. But this is a Spanish 5 class. In the 1, 2, and 3 classes now, they can come in and we have software that goes with their textbooks, and they can review before the test and things like that. So it's a big help. And they can also review at home through the publisher's website.
Thank you very much.
There's so much tremendous technology going on. Due to the knowledge and background of Mrs. Joy Brooks, we've been able to use the Smartboard, which is a brand new technological advancement in our classroom, to help our students to understand the angles and lines that are most crucial in geometry and to get their understanding thereof.
Hi, I'm here with Mrs. Hollenbeck. So, how do you feel computers are helping out your English class?
I think they're very helpful, especially with the particular programs we have, like the coin one we're using today.
I see she's talking in library voice. See you later. Hi, I'm here with Mrs. Brooks. We have this new technology in Wayne Hills called the Smartboard. Can you please explain us what the functions are?
Okay, the Smartboard allows you to instruct from the board and save it. So if I have a student absent, I can do a lesson on here and save each page so the student could then get it from email or whatever.
I'm standing here with Mr. Hookstray, our new television production teacher. Mr. Hookstray, how does computers help out your TV classes?
Tremendously. As you see here, one of our students, Mike Rudner, is working on the Media 100, which is a system that allows the students to really not only edit better programs, but really enjoy them as well.
Thank you very much.
Superstars and cannonballs are running through your head. A television freak show, cops and rappers everywhere. Subway makes me nervous, people pushing me too far. I got to break away, so take my hand now, 'cause I want to live.
Hi, and welcome to our holiday edition of Hill Type. I'm Deneen.
And I'm Brendan. We have tons of great segments on this month's show.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look at STA and Val Survivor Show.
We also have an interview segment with the Student Council President on upcoming events and the new technology at Wayne Hills.
And closing the show, we have a special segment about all the holidays that are coming up.
In between segments, we have clips from the holiday pageant from December 19th.
We'll be right back after our first break. time to shake your booties with the Student Dance Association.
Yeah, mean, white overall.
Let's see what the girls have in store this year.
Up next is the end result of our Survivor Series.
Number 31.
There's a wall. The wall.
One
What the
person
hat
can
color
say
is.
what theirs is if they think they know.
There are two of the same color hats ahead of him, then you speak up for the answer. But if there's not, you shouldn't say anything.
Okay, should we
No,
tell
you can't die.
should we tell them if they're right or wrong?
Right.
Wait, listen to the
You're
explanation.
staying on the right track when you're saying how if he sees two red hats, he knows he's green.
Yeah.
But if he sees like a red hat and a green hat,
Yeah.
then he doesn't know what he has.
Read it, Deneen. Okay, if the fourth person doesn't speak up right away, it means that obviously the third person and the second person have differently colored hats. Therefore, the third person should know that his hat is different from the hat in front of him and tell the answer.
Go. Ready? Go ahead. Which we do? Let's call it the four hats.
He's gonna say green, so that doesn't make sense. We see two green.
Other hats are situated.
No.
One person should be able to guess no matter what.
Number 3.
Do you have a reason?
Do I need one?
Well, it would help. You get bonus points.
No, we don't want the bonus point.
I don't remember, but I know it's not the last guy.
So your final answer is number 3.
It's not. It's too logical for anything to be honest. It's either that one or number 2.
Okay. What is it? We need an answer.
3.
Right, it means obviously the third person. No, obviously the third person and the second person have differently colored hats. How do you feel about getting the first riddle right? Considering Miss Gemma and Miss Pittiger got it wrong.
Well, we're males. Remember that whole.
Naaman got it right.
I knew they were gonna get it right. We have a dispute with the way that the points were issued because we believe that you should not be given points for just guessing the answer without the reason behind it, because that's actually the part of the riddle that's more important. This host. Bren, keep track.
Got 2 buckets full. Fahrenheit, it's frozen, so it reaches in this one because 15 degrees Celsius is what, like
Right, that's
50 degrees.
It doesn't freeze till. Okay, so.
Right.
Do you want to answer?
Right.
You get more points if you answer quick.
No, you don't. You do not.
Well,
He reaches the bottom
Okay, you don't.
first.
She said it already.
The 15 degrees Celsius, because the other bucket is the water's frozen.
Is that your final answer?
Every time.
Brad, read.
And the one at 15 degrees Celsius is the one at 15 degrees Fahrenheit. The water's frozen.
I am brilliant.
Way to come through, Good job, guys.
Hi, everyone hear that?
Quiet.
How many deals with salt level and that stuff? I say same.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, go, Bren.
At 15 degrees Fahrenheit would be frozen. So the one at 15 degrees.
You're an idiot. You are an idiot. I can't stand you. Turn that off.
They got it wrong.
Tercel Naaman. So now you're winning 125 to 50. Hey Deneen, have you been wondering what new events are happening at school?
Yeah, it seems there's always something going around.
Now an interesting look at what's happening in Student Council with Val and Dave in the Zone.
Hi, and welcome to The Zone. I'm your host, Valerie Fava, and today with me I have the Student Council President, Dave Gassworth. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Val. I'm glad to be here today.
Good. So, what has Student Council done so far this year?
Student Council's been very busy so far this year. We kicked things off the day before school with the first ever freshman orientation luncheon. We had all the incoming 9th graders come into the school, and we had a little program for them. We did a scavenger hunt, so they got to know the school pretty well. And we had a lunch for them, and they all seemed to have a good time. It was great attendance, like over 250 kids showed up. From there, the next big event that Student Council did was Spirit Week. It was the week of October 29th to November 2nd, and Spirit Week this year, just like the others, was a huge event. Each of the different days of the week, there were theme days. There was Halloween Day and Class Color Day and Patriotic Day. And also during that week, for the grades to raise points for their grade, and whichever grade had the most points won, we had a food drive, and we also had a penny war where the grades tried to raise as much money for their grade while giving the other grade as many negative dollars as they could. And between those two things, we raised over $3,235 with the penny war, and that money is going to go to charities that help victims of the September 11th tragedies. And we raised over 7,000 food items, and some of those have already been distributed to Wayne families, and the rest of it's going to be brought this week, right in time for Christmas, over to Eva's Kitchen, and the Student Council is going to go help out with giving the food and for lunches and stuff to the people in Patterson that need it.
That's great. What are some of the upcoming events that Student Council has planned?
Yeah, the rest of the year is pretty busy with Student Council. We're planning like 3 or 4 things right now. The end of January, we're going to be doing a students versus staff volleyball game, where the students, like depending on what club you're in or if your friends want to sponsor a team, will be able to sponsor a team, and they're going to be able to go against the staff. It's going to be at night. It's going to be free of charge, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Everyone's going to be playing volleyball, seeing their teachers make fools out of themselves and some of the students, and hopefully we'll get a good attendance out of that. In February, we're going to have a Valentine's Rent-A-Date dance. We've had that the last couple of years, but the Rent-A-Date part hasn't been that big lately. My freshman year, it was such a big event. I know as a freshman, I dumped like $15 into one girl so I could get a date with her.
Did you get her?
Yep, I got her. And this year, we're going to have a big Rent-A-Date part again this year. We're going to have, so far, like at least 25 senior guys and girls have expressed interest in being rented. And hopefully the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors will be interested in renting these people. We've tried to get the hottest ones we could find.
Dave, are you going to be able to be rented?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. And other things that are going on is Powder Puff Football, which is being sponsored by the seniors and the junior class. It's supposed to be next week, but because of certain events in the school, it's going to be postponed until May. Powder Puff Football is going to be the girls are going to be playing a game of flag football, while some of the football players and some teachers help coach, and some football players help cheerlead. So it should be fun to see the cheerleaders out on the field, seeing their athletic abilities. And then also there's this senior proms and the senior prom and the junior formal coming up. The junior formal's in March, and the senior prom is in June. And that pretty much rounds out the year. I mean, some things might come up, but as far as right now, those are the 4 things that are coming up in Student Council.
Sounds like you guys are busy.
Yep.
All right, well, as president of Student Council, if you could change one thing about Wayne Hills, what would you change?
Yeah, I mean, Student Council, Wayne Hills is a great school, and the Student Council does a lot to help out Wayne Hills. But there are still some things that can be changed for the better. One of the things I would like to see happen is move to block testing, which means like the science and math department would be allowed to give tests on one day, like Monday and Thursday, and like the history and foreign language department would be giving tests on another day. So that way the kids on the Friday before Christmas break won't have 6 or 7 tests all in one day, just to help alleviate all the pressures that are on the kids right now. Other things I'd like to see is some more Valley Hills sporting events. We had a Valley Hills football game this year for the first time in like 10 years.
Wayne Hills won.
Yeah. And it was a big event. We had great attendance, and it was a lot of fun, and I don't see why we wouldn't have more Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley sporting events, especially in some of the bigger sports. I know some of the sports like tennis and all them, they play in the counties, but some of the bigger sports like football, they don't play every year, and I think it should be an annual tradition. I mean, all rivalry isn't a bad thing. Sometimes rivalry is a good thing, and I think we should have some Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley events. Other things are, we have all this technology in Wayne Hills right now, and a lot of it doesn't work, and a lot of it isn't being utilized as much as it should. So I think we should have more technology training, and we should also be using technology more. Everything is not about books, and sometimes you can learn more on the computer than you could ever learn in a textbook. That's pretty much all those are my big goals for Wayne Hills down the road. Are these things all going to be accomplished this year? Probably not, but eventually those are things that we should look to at Wayne Hills.
Alrighty, well, I think that's it, Dave. Thank you for coming on The Zone, and we'll see you next month.
Thanks.
Wow, I didn't know all that fun stuff was going on in our school.
Next is a segment on new technology at Hills. From math to science to language classes, there are so many ways to get high tech at school.
Wayne Hills High School has received a great deal of new technology this year. From smartboards to zip drives, these new high-tech gadgets help students learn and teachers teach in numerous subject areas. They are being put to use in classes such as TV production, Spanish, English, math, and computer science.
I like using the computers. They're helpful. They make the work a lot easier. We have to do a lot less typing. We can just copy and paste stuff. It's good stuff.
Hi, this is Eric Reeser reporting from the computer lab. Mrs. Messi, how do you feel technology advances your class?
Well, it's helping the students today they're going online to find houses in Spanish-speaking countries, and then they're going to pretend that they're purchasing them and explain the features of the house. But this is a Spanish 5 class. In the 1, 2, and 3 classes now, they can come in and we have software that goes with their textbooks, and they can review before the test and things like that. So it's a big help. And they can also review at home through the publisher's website.
Thank you very much.
There's so much tremendous technology going on. Due to the knowledge and background of Mrs. Joy Brooks, we've been able to use the smart board, which is a brand new technological advancement in our classroom, to help our students to understand the angles and lines that are most crucial in geometry and to get their understanding thereof.
Hi, I'm here with Mrs. Hollenbeck. So, how do you feel computers are helping out your English class?
I think they're very helpful, especially with the particular programs we have, like the coin one we're using today.
I see she's talking in library voice. See you later. Hi, I'm here with Mrs. Brooks. We have this new technology in Wayne Hills called the Smart Board. Can you please explain us what the functions are?
Okay, the Smart Board allows you to instruct from the board and save it. So if I have a student absent, I can do a lesson on here and save each page so the student could then get it from email or whatever.
I'm standing here with Mr. Hookstreet, our new television production teacher. Mr. Hookstreet, how does computers help out your TV classes?
Tremendously. See here, one of our students, Mike Rudner, is working on the Media 100, which is a system that allows the students to really not only edit better programs, but really enjoy them as well.
Thank you very much.
So Brendan, have you been getting excited for the holiday break?
Yeah, who hasn't?
Well, it's coming up soon, and you know what that means, right?
Right. What?
Duh, all the great stuff that comes with the holidays, being with friends and family, hanging up lights, decorations, and most of all the presents. Let's see what everyone has been up to.
Welcome to our Christmas segment.
I love that one.
you like Christmas because we did.
Before we close, we have a special announcement. Anyone interested in battling the bands for March of Dimes can contact Courtney Caramano or Miss Savastano in the guidance department.
Well, that's it for now. See you next time.
Hi, welcome to HTV's Hills Hype.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Rob.
We have a great show for you this month.
It's jam-packed with school news and the thoughts and feelings of Wayne Hills students and staff.
So just sit back, relax as you enter the hype, the Hills Hype.
Superstars and cannonballs are running through your head. A television freak show, cops and robbers everywhere. Subway makes me nervous, people pushing me too far. I got to break away, so take my hand now, 'cause I want to...
Welcome back.
Our first segment is a recap of one of the biggest events for seniors, the senior breakfast.
With great food and music, the class of 2002 had a great time.
Let's take a look.
To another place where everybody is on one risk.
Well, it sure looked like the seniors had a great time.
Definitely.
Hey, Rob, you seen any good movies lately?
Not really. What about you?
There were a few I liked.
Well, luckily Eric and Mike are here with their movie review.
Hello and welcome to Mike and Eric's Movie Reviews. I'm Mike Rudner.
And I'm Eric Reeser.
This week we will be discussing the latest movies we've seen and the do's and don'ts of a quality picture.
Over the vacation break, Mike and I have gotten a chance to see many movies. First, we will discuss the highly acclaimed Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, hardly. I fell asleep during the movie.
Directed by Peter Jackson, starring Elijah Wood and Liv Tyler, this fantasy epic tells the story of an evil ring that threatens to destroy the world.
If that seems confusing to you, just think what we went through.
Okay, sit back and relax. Here's a clip from Lord of the Rings.
The ring is so beautiful. What does it do? It makes me invisible. Stop! Let's go! Quick, I hear something. Let's go. Frodo, are you okay? Ah, my groin. No, don't put it on. He's coming. Frodo, he's walking away. Quick, let's go. Frodo, the boat is that way. Let's go.
Wasn't that engrossing?
Although the movie was long and boring, there were some positives about the movie. The scenery and special effects were pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, at the end, who really cared, like, what happened to the ring?
I was just happy when the movie ended because I got to go to the bathroom after 3 long hours.
I was very wide-eyed after the movie because, you know, I got to take a great nap.
Next film we'll talk about is Ali, the trials and tribulations of the famous boxer Muhammad Ali. Directed by Michael Mann and starring Will Smith and Jamie Foxx, this movie deals with the legendary boxer Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, they did a really good job making this film. You know, Will Smith did a good job portraying Ali, but, you know, they never showed his charisma, his fighting instinct.
Storyline is weak, with shots jumping from one another. Here's one of the scenes that we portrayed in this film.
Let's take a look.
Cassius Clay, can I have your autograph?
Her name's not Cassius Clay. It's Muhammad.
Sting like a bee.
Sir, can I have your autograph?
I'll punch you 6 times in 3 seconds. Did it hurt? Did it hurt?
Eric and Mike sure know the movies.
Well, Rob, they are the HTV movie experts. Up next on Hills Hype is The Zone. This month, our new superintendent came to our studio for an interview.
Let's listen to what Dr. Link has to say as Dave asks him the tough questions.
Hello, and welcome to The Zone. I'm David Gassworth, and today our guest is Dr. Link, our new superintendent of schools in Wayne. Thanks for being here today, Dr. Link. Dr. Link is no newcomer to Wayne now. He's been the assistant superintendent of schools since 1996, and this past July he took over as superintendent of schools. Prior to that, he was the principal in West Milford for 8 years. So he's definitely an experienced educator. We're going to start off with some questions that our students asked of you. Our first question is,
in some schools, if you get good grades, you don't have to take the midterms or finals. Will that ever happen at Wayne?
It's worth some consideration. I'll tell you, my concern with doing that is inevitably the students with good grades are your better students who will be going on to college and some of the more competitive colleges, and they're going to be taking those exams. So my feeling is part of our responsibility as a high school is to make sure students are prepared for those kind of experiences they're going to get at the college level. And the other concern I have is that let's say we're talking about the final exam in June. That gives a student an opportunity to synthesize all the knowledge that that student has learned during the course of the year. I'm an old history teacher. So that in June, perhaps, the teacher might ask the students to be able to compare and contrast the Revolutionary War with the Civil War, or to show the growth and development of something that those students have learned over the course of a year. And the difficulty here is if the grade is based on just these monthly or unit tests, then the student doesn't get the chance to put that all together, which in and of itself is a learning experience.
when you were in West Milford, did it also have midterms and final
Yes,
exams?
and every year the students asked me to do it, and we didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
For that reason.
Yeah.
Studies show that teenagers need more sleep. Is there any chance Wayne Hills High School students can start later than 7:20?
Believe me, we've tried to see ways of having the high school start a little later because we're reading about that biological time clock where people your age, and I think my age as well, start functioning best around 9 o'clock in the morning. The difficulty is our schedule is so determined by the busing needs. You know, we have to consider the high school, the middle school, and the elementary schools. And one of the difficulties is unless you start the high school early, that impacts on extracurricular activities after school. We're toying with the possible idea of flip-flopping the middle school and the high school time. However, I think the research also for students in the middle school would indicate they need their sleep too, and starting a little earlier is good for them. So we're kind of considering the options, but given the economy, given our needs for fitting so many kids into the high school, it's unlikely we're going to be able to do that. Plus the fact, as we grow, we may have to extend the school day, and the only way I can do that, I can think of doing that at the high school, would be creating a zero period, which in fact might cause the high school to start earlier than it is now, rather than later. So we're really confined by budget, transportation needs, athletic needs, and so on, which makes it a little difficult in a suburban community where we're trying to, where we're relying so much on transportation.
Would you consider moving all the school start times up later? Would that be a possibility?
Well, let's assume we did that, so that we started schools at 8 or 9. That would mean the elementary kids might be starting at 10, and by that time they're coming home at 5 o'clock in the evening. That wouldn't be desirable. And at the same time, by moving the starting time, by making the starting time later, that would impact on interscholastic sports. We have, don't forget, we have kids that are playing sports, not so much at Hills, but in Valley. Some of those students are going into Newark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and to get that 4 o'clock start, if we're ending school at 3 or 3:30, it would be impossible to do.
Okay.
Recently, I heard that students are going to have technology and art requirements. Is that true?
Well, the state actually changed the requirements for graduation, and that's what you're probably hearing. For years and years, students were required to take 5 credits or 1 course in fine, practical, or performing arts. The state changed that requirement that students are going to have to take 10 credits in those. So instead of taking 1 course in those areas, you have to take 2. And that is effective for the present 9th grade class. Now, the fine, practical, and performing arts would include most of the courses we have in the tech ed department, music, art, some home economic courses, and so on.
So there wouldn't be any specific, art class?
No, in fact, there'll be a list of probably 10, 15 or more courses where students could choose from to make sure that requirement is fulfilled. And that's a state mandate, not a local one.
What about the teachers? Do the Wayne schools have enough teachers in those
I think
areas?
we do. I think we do. What we will probably find is that many of the students are going to be taking We'll probably have to increase class sizes some of those courses, but that's going to happen anyway with our increasing enrollment.
Any other requirements that are coming down the road?
Well, the state continually looks at them and changes them and so on, and we've seen some changes that were proposed that never came to fruition. But I see that the state at this point is probably going to keep the course requirements pretty much the same, but at the same time that whole high school, the HSPT, the high school proficiency test, is really going to change the high school performance assessment, which is going to be a far more demanding test. Very rigorous. The state core content standards are really quite rigorous now.
Okay. The next question is, as you look around Wayne, there's so much development going on, and how is all that development, all that new housing, putting a strain on Wayne's schools?
Well, obviously the new housing is causing some enrollment increase. We're growing at about 300 students a year, district-wide. But the reality is the new housing isn't causing that. Most of the growth that we're seeing in the student body is due to housing turnover. So in other words, people will raise a family, they get to be senior citizens, they retire, they then sell their house to a young couple with children, and that's really what's accounting for our growth. But certainly the growth of 300 students a year is putting a tremendous stress on our present facilities, and we just have to have a plan in place that is going to extend our facilities, particularly at the middle school and the high school level.
I know Fallon was built last year to deal with the elementary schools, and do you have anything down the road to deal with the overcrowding in middle
Well, as you may know, a year ago we had put up a bond referendum that would have constructed a third middle school. The taxpayers did not support that, and we had to go back to the drawing board right as we speak. We're getting a new long-range facilities committee up and running, and hopefully we're hoping to have a recommendation to the board for plans to increase our facilities at both middle school and high school. We're hoping to have that plan to the board in the spring, with the hopes of having a bond referendum sometime next winter, because if we don't do something, we're just not going to have space for our students.
Would there be a new high school built, a new middle school, or just additions?
It would be, well, the debate centers around either constructing a new middle school or putting additions on existing schools. In all likelihood, we will also need some additions to the high schools. I do not see that the community would support, nor could we afford an entirely new high school. But we have buildings right now that have a capacity at the high school level of about 1,300 students, between 1,300 and 1,400 students. And we're anticipating enrollments in the 1,600 range in each of our high schools. So it's going to grow very rapidly.
Have our high schools ever seen enrollment like that back in the 70s?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And this is one of the things that we have to explain to the community. Back in the 1970s, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, Wayne Hills had over 2,000 students.
Wow.
But at that time, to graduate, the state was requiring about 100 credits. Many of the seniors had half-day programs. Many of our students were taking 5, perhaps 6 courses. The whole world has changed in the last 30 years or so, so that many of our students now are graduating with 140 to 160 credits. And also the state has increased its requirement greatly. In 1970, the only state requirements were you needed 2 years of United States history and as many years of physical education as you were in school, and as many other local requirements that the local board would have. In fact, English was not a requirement. Most schools had it, but now when you take a look at these new core content standards, there's a greater demand. And of course, as we grow with increasing special ed legislation and also computers and so on, our facility is just used much differently from what it had been used back in 1970. So what I would say that although we could have accommodated 2,000 students in 1970, let's say, it would the capacity of this building that's been calculated by the professionals is actually 1,325.
So
that's it.
Okay, and last question. Being the new superintendent, what are your major goals for the next 5 years?
Yeah. Well, David, I think we've already talked about one. Clearly, the most pressing issue facing the district and the school board itself is how are we going to accommodate those students. I'd be very happy if we could by 2005, have facilities that are adequate for our rapidly growing student body. At the same time as the state core content standards change, we have to make sure that the education in Wayne continues to be excellent. And I'm particularly interested in taking a very close look at our advanced placement programs and those kinds of things. We still continue to need to grow in technology. That's going to cost money. It's going to cost training and expertise and so on. But we need to keep pace with the rapidly changing world, as well as at the same time that our population grows. So I would have to say technology, making sure that our curriculum generally is excellent, making sure that we can recruit the best teachers we can, particularly at a time of teacher shortage, and finally that the facility is the real key factor.
Well, thank you for coming on The Zone today.
Well, thank you for having me,
It's been
David.
a pleasure.
Really nice meeting
And
you.
tune in next month to our next big interview on The Zone.
Well, our final segment this month takes a look at Valentine's Day.
It should be interesting to see who has a Valentine at Hills and who will be alone this year.
Well, let's join Val as she polls Wayne Hills students and staff.
Do you have a Valentine?
Yeah, my girlfriend Dana Bachner.
And what are you going to get her for Valentine's Day?
Probably just flowers and a card.
Do you have a Valentine?
Yes.
What's her name?
Christine.
What are you going to get her for Valentine's Day?
A night off without me. I'll go someplace she can have a night of peace. We're married, so she never gets away from me. So it's but I'm sure she'd like a nice night off. And I'll just disappear, not bug her. Let her go shopping or something. She'll appreciate it.
Do you have a Valentine?
Do I have one? Of course, my boyfriend.
What's his name?
Anthony.
What are you going to get for Valentine's Day?
Oh, I haven't even thought about that.
What do you want for Valentine's Day?
Oh, I haven't even thought about that one either.
Do you have a Valentine?
Yes.
What's his name? Mike. What would you like Mike to get you for Valentine's Day? I don't know. I think he should figure that out for himself. Do you have a Valentine?
My fiance would say yes, we'll say no.
Scandalous. Well, if you were to say yes, what would you get your fiance?
A Valentine's Day card.
What's it?
I'm very cheap.
If you could have anyone as your Valentine, who would you pick?
Alec Baldwin.
What would be your perfect Valentine's Day gift?
Alec Baldwin.
Do you have a Valentine?
I do.
What's his name?
His name is Chris Clerico.
And what are you going to get him for Valentine's Day?
Nothing. It's a female holiday, and the girl should get all the presents.
What do you think you should get?
Anything. Jewelry. Accessories are always a plus. That's about it.
Do you have a Valentine?
Yes, I have two. My daughter Jennifer and my wife Jerry.
And what are you going to be purchasing for them this season?
They're going to buy me a trip to the Bahamas.
Do you have a Valentine?
No.
If you could have anyone be your Valentine, who would you pick?
Don't know.
Well, if you had a Valentine, what would you get her?
Flowers.
Do you have a Valentine?
Do I have a Valentine? My wife. And my daughters.
What are you going to get them for Valentine's Day?
Probably take her out to a nice restaurant. As far as my daughters go, I'd probably give them money to buy clothes or something like that.
Actually, I forgot about my own my own thoughts on the subject of Valentine's Day. I think it's a load of because it was created by Hallmark. Valentine's Day. It's a scam.
There's a St. Valentine.
Yo, give me a break. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Hallmark, or whoever it is, came up with the idea of, hey, buy cards, buy flowers, buy chocolate, come to our store, buy our things. It's bogus. Valentine's Day is bogus. It's an American thing. It's kind of like Santa Claus.
What was that?
Nothing.
And Valentine's Day?
No.
Why not?
I don't. No girlfriend, nothing.
If you don't you don't need a girlfriend to have a Valentine.
I didn't ask anybody yet.
Are you planning on it?
Possibly.
Can you tell us who?
Not yet.
If you could have anyone be your Valentine, who would you pick?
Valerie.
Who's your Valentine?
Go away.
No, there was no sound last time.
You are, I told you.
What are you gonna get me?
A muzzle. Of course.
Who?
My wife.
Well, I forgot the newlywed. Yay!
Yeah.
And what are you gonna get her for Valentine's Day?
Don't know yet. Bad thing, bad. No.
Why not?
I like badminton.
If you could have anyone be your Valentine, who would you pick?
Britney Spears.
Do you have a Valentine?
No. Yes, at home.
What's his name?
Mike.
If you could get anything for Valentine's Day, what would you want?
Trip to an exotic island.
Do you have a Valentine?
Nah.
Why don't you have a Valentine?
I don't know.
If you could have anyone be your Valentine, who would you pick?
Britney Spears. No, yeah.
If you could have anyone be your Valentine, who would you pick?
You.
What would you get me?
Anthony Warren.
Do you have a Valentine?
Of course I do.
What's her name?
Nancy.
What are you gonna get her for Valentine's Day?
A broom and a mop.
Why is that?
I'm only kidding.
If you could
Get her some flowers and take her out to dinner.
If you could pick anyone to be your Valentine, who would you pick?
My wife.
Good answer.
Valerie Powell was my Valentine.
What are you gonna get me for Valentine's Day?
I'm gonna get her a card, some roses, chocolates, everything.
If you could have anyone be your Valentine, who would you pick?
Definitely Valerie Powell.
Harrison. Do you have a Valentine for Valentine's Day?
Of course I do. I have my girlfriend, Tara.
And what are you gonna get her?
I'm gonna get her roses and chocolates. I'm gonna take her out to dinner. And maybe some CDs or clothes or something she wants.
Sounds lovely.
Yes.
What's her name?
Jennifer
Jennifer what?
Lopez.
And what are you gonna be getting Miss Lopez for Valentine's Day?
We love chocolate.
Okay. What's the best kind of chocolate?
Monahan chocolate.
Thank you.
I refuse to partake in that kind of thing. You know, Easter, like, it's so commercialized. Christmas commercialized. Valentine's Day commercialized. It's bogus. It's corporations, you know, making the hard-working people lose their money. I mean, I had to spend $5 on a card. I got to spend $20 on a dozen roses. How come they're $5 now a dozen roses, but on Valentine's Day they're like $85?
No, go to the gas station, $9.99 for a dozen.
Yeah, but they know the gas station roses. They're always the thin kind. They never bloom.
If you were my Valentine, I would know the difference between the gas station roses.
True.
So do you want to be my Valentine, Mr. Lehman?
No.
Well, thanks for joining us on this edition of Hills Hype. Tune in next month as we take a look at the Rent-A-Date dance, celebrate St. Patty's Day 18 style, and much, much more. See you next time on HTV's Hills Hype. Same night, new hype.
I love the snow.